What everybody should remember about Crimea is that Crimea voted in a national referendum to be a part of Ukraine at Ukraine's independence at the fall of the Soviet Union, and it was an over 70% vote. Just last year, there was a journalist prodded a poll of the Crimean people, and the people who had been pushing for joining with Russia. There's a Unite with Russia party in Crimea that only got 3% of the parliament vote, the local council vote there. The region-wide vote in Crimea was only less than 40%. So there is not a majority of people in Crimea who want to join with Russia. There's not a majority of people in Ukraine that want to join with Russia. We are talking about a new nation, a young nation. What we saw happening at the Maidan and in Kyiv were young people, students, who were born after the fall of the Soviet Union. They do not know of this Soviet Union. They do not care of this history of the Soviet Union. They care about jobs, they care about opportunity, and they are not getting it. They were not getting it under the current regime. So what they started to do was to gather in Kyiv en masse, or in Donetsk, or in Kharkiv, other university cities, and say that we want to join with Europe, we want to join with an opportunity. And after those young children started, then the Afghan veterans from the Soviet wars in Afghanistan said, we need to protect those people. And so they started doing patrols around them. And then you had other groups joining in. You had our Muslim community, our Jewish community joining in. In fact, one of the tents that were running the Maidan was the LGBT community in Ukraine running one of the tents. The feminist groups were joining in. It's a Ukraine-wide, not only ethnically Ukrainian movement that's going on in Ukraine. And what they want is a promise of a future. It's not about Ukraine or Russia, a promise of the future. What I say to Russia is, are you ready? Are you ready to fight for your freedom? Maybe it's time for Russians to stand up. As we saw today in Moscow, 50,000 people marching the streets of Moscow with Ukrainian flags and Russian flags in solidarity with the people of Ukraine and against the invasion of Crimea.